All right, we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Fandom Blast PODCAST. Pretty excited to talk to the Fandom Blaster crew of nerds. Speaking of nerds,
gotta wear shades.
Here they are.
Love the look.
Here they are. No offense, guys. I'm sure you're the top of nerds.
Nerd's the new cool.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, there is lots of screaming ladies wanting nerds. But tonight, we are the cool nerds. We're going to be talking about the Avengers Doomsday movie. So whether you're watching us live right now or later, like a dork, relax, sit back, and let's get to it. But before we do that, let's introduce everyone. We have Jeremy. He's doing some terrifying stuff with comics right now. We'll get into that later.
He's scaring me.
The scary part's over, guys. The scary
Okay.
We have Nick. He's terribly burned, so we won't have him on camera.
Yeah, the best video picture right there.
Yeah, I haven't attached my iron mask yet to my face, so that'll be for next time.
And okay, Todd has won for best name.
Victor Doom.
Doom.
Gotta stay in the theme, right?
That's right. And of course, me, the fat nerd. So, I'm really looking forward. Well, you know what? We'll get into what I think is going to happen with this movie. So it's going to be really interesting to see how big this movie is going to be or not be because of Spider-Man, if there's a momentum. But make sure you go over to fandomblast.com. Check us out. It's where all the cool kids go. You follow us on social media. Get all your news. I'm having fun making those. Okay, now before we get started, I'm just going to get going with the trailer. And then we can have a little talk about that.
Here we go.
Okay. God, I feel like my dad setting up the VCR, man. All right.
Something's coming. Something we may not be able to deter. Before this day is done, we shall be faced with an unthinkable decision.
I've fought with many warriors in my time. They were far stronger than all of us put together. And they died. They died facing enemies and threats that scared me far less than this one. Everything that they sacrifice will be for nothing if we do not stand together. Put aside your petty squabbles. Presume nothing except this. If you return, you will return as brothers and sisters. Mark my words.
Mark my words. Hold for dramatic effect.
They're marked.
right.
It's like we watched the trailer in 1995 internet.
Man, oh man.
You just missed the dial-up sounds.
Look
That
at
is
the
so
idea.
bad.
I'm sure everybody's seen it already. If they're watching this podcast, they probably saw the trailer for Avengers Doomsday.
Man, now I do feel like my dad's setting up the VCR. I don't know with the internet. So just so everyone knows, in Canada, the internet, the internet is run by dogs on the
On
dog
sleds,
sled.
yes, yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
They have to run it to your house and hook it up, and yeah.
All right, so Doomsday. What are some of your thoughts? Anyone on the upcoming movie?
Well, I wasn't here last week. We were discussing Star Wars Brand New Day, not Star Wars, Spider-Man Brand New Day. But
Star Wars Brand New Day. We wish.
no, I'm a big, huge Marvel fan. I prefer Marvel over DC when it comes to comic books, when it comes to movies, maybe not animation, but this has got me excited, right? With the Russo brothers are back directing. They've have a great resume of Marvel films, and they're probably some of the best Marvel films ever produced, right? Of all of them. So I'm pretty excited. You know, I know there's a lot of people out there wanting to hate about Robert Downey Jr. coming back playing Doctor Doom, but I'm excited to see what they do. And just I like the fact that it's, you know, there's not a lot of, the trailers aren't really giving away a lot of stuff, like what the storyline is. I've heard some things, you know, there's a lot of rumors, there's stuff I'm trying to piece together myself, sort of thing. But I like the fact that I don't know much going into it, sort of thing. I have some theories that maybe, you know, because this will lead into Secret Wars. So I have a theory what's going to happen with Doom, sort of thing. I think it's going to try to follow a little bit of the Secret Wars storyline, sort of thing. Exactly, right there.
Mm-hmm.
For people who don't know, in this original Secret Wars thing, Beyonders brought the heroes and villains to this planet, right? And then Galactus is watching. Then Galactus wanted to feed so he can fight Beyonder, and I guess Doctor Doom devised this little way to siphon off all the energy that Galactus was trying to get for himself, and Doctor Doom became all powerful. So I'm pretty sure they're taking that bit of that storyline from the Secret Wars to build this thing up. That's why Doctor Doom would be so incredibly scary to somebody like Thor. That's my hot take, but I'm very excited about seeing it. The trailers do nothing but bring excitement for me.
Yeah, so I am kind of in the same boat. To me, this movie, and I've been paying a lot of attention to it since I've seen some of the trailers come out, because there's a lot of mystery, right? There's a lot of mystery in these trailers. Are they doing the first Secret Wars? Are they doing the second Secret Wars? There's Secret Wars that was redone later in the I think the first one was done in the 80s, and then there's another one done in the 90s. There's, you know, another set of Secret Wars. I actually haven't read all these. I just dug them out so I could read through and see if I could figure out some more of the mystery that comes after this movie, right? Because I think you're right, Todd. I think they're going into Secret Wars, and that is the best movie that will ever be made, in my opinion. Like Marvel wise,
Yes, of course. Marvel wise, yes.
Yeah.
Good clarifier. Yeah, I think there's definitely, I'm really excited too. I don't have as much of a comic background as you three, obviously, but I'm really excited about just this sort of Marvel product again. I think this is one of the first times that I am actually really excited about a Marvel product, really rewatching the trailer and stuff. Love Fantastic Four, and so this is sort of like going into giving Doctor Doom like a really big spotlight and such a huge sort of thing is very exciting for me. Love that the Sentinels, which were a big part of the trailer, and obviously bringing back sort of that whole aspect of the X-Men series and everything. Really cool, like Jeremy said, and about all of the different mysteries. I have no idea what's going to happen. I'm very excited to see where they're going to take things and stuff. A couple things that I'm not super excited about it is everybody talking about all of the prep that I'm going to apparently have to do involving all of the TV shows and everything to watch to be able to actually get everything.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, there's been a couple times where I'm reading stuff and think people are mentioning things, and I have to actually ask my wife like who the heck this person was or something, and then she's able to recall like, oh yeah, they're from this show. They're from like yeah, and I'm able to, and so I'm not super excited about that. I'm wondering how much stuff I'm honestly maybe going to miss just because I haven't watched and done as much, delved into as much of the TV show sort of worlds as other fans and everything. But yeah, I'm excited. There's maybe some. I think there's some interesting things to talk about with RDJ and coming back obviously and everything too. But yeah, we can maybe chat about that a little bit later.
Well, Nick, I just want to jump in. My kids the same way. Like they're not up in all the movies and up all the TVs. They watch Spider-Man. They watch the big ones, right? But all the
Yeah.
little minor ones they didn't want to watch. So my daughter said I have to come up with like a 20-minute presentation to catch them up to speed for the movie.
I love that. I love that. You might have to do that for me too.
I said 20. I said 2 hours. I go, no, 20 minutes. All right.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah, it's really interesting. You know, Marvel really, really, really needs a big, big win right now, right?
Well, Spider-Man Brand New Day is not a big win.
Well, Spider-Man Brand New Day is Sony that Marvel's put out, right? It's
but it's part of the MCU, dude. They're getting money from it. They're getting money from it.
Yeah, but there's a big difference between what Marvel did all on their own to what Sony Marvel did together, right?
But you know, Sony had no input. Sony has no input in those films, though. None. Right?
Okay, but there was a real difference in the quality. Is it because it's just Spider-Man or, you know, that story? Because I think with Marvel, I mean, they haven't been making a lot of profit on their last movies. So, and you know what? They're not going to make a profit on this unless they make a way more than Spider-Man. But I don't think they care because I think it's Feige's way to reset everything. Because they're trying to get to another end game, but with Doctor Doom. That's what it feels like. But
again, I just want to go back. I want to back up. Nobody's making big profits right now. Like Superman didn't, Supergirl didn't.
No, of course not.
Master Universe did it. Like
no.
Spider-Man Brand New Day is one of the movies that's bringing people back to the theaters. Obsession brought people back to the theaters, right? Like, because like for a long time, the theater experience just wasn't resonating with people, right? And so now some of the movies are starting to maybe, you know, with Spider-Man kicking in, people are excited about the results of that. I think that will fuel into this one, ideally, right?
But what did Spider-Man do differently than all the other movies did? Like Superman, you know, it made money, but it wasn't like a box office. Supergirl failed. Masters of the Universe blew up. So what did Spider-Man do? And for me, it's just they kind of really stayed true to the character. They made a great story. Tom Holland. Okay, I think I said this last week with Jeremy. Tom Holland is now the Robert Downey Jr., I think. Like, I think he's up there with the importance to, say, Marvel or Sony, or to the Sony Spider-Man series that Robert Downey Jr. is. You know what I mean? Like, he's going to be calling the shots, his own shots, like Robert Downey Jr. is, where they had to pull him back in to kind of give the series a spark as Doctor Doom, right?
Yeah, he had a lot of input into this last Spider-Man movie too, about how they did things in process. He was actually in the writing
really
room
good
too,
changes.
So
Really good changes, because some of the stuff I heard that was in there, that Tom Holland was the one that wanted it out. And thank God for that. Like, they had a whole bunch of other stuff in there, and he had them take it out.
Right.
Nice and simple.
So, anybody have a theory how Doom becomes so powerful? I have an idea.
If anyone knows in the chat, you can write it. Anyone watching, write it in the chat, and we'll see if it's just like Todd's.
My idea, sorry, go ahead, Jeremy.
No, I think ours is probably the same, Todd. So you go ahead.
Well, maybe it's not, but I think like I was been thinking a lot about how all the movies, like how Thunderbolts tying with Fantastic Four, and how like and then the end of Spider-Man tie in, right? So I think that Doom's been going. I think Doom's going along collecting all the powerful children in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. there because at the end he's there with Franklin Richards, right? Where and then there's that Love and Thunder. Like Thor has a daughter who has power. There's word is like that at the end of Spider-Man: Brand New Day, there's a little trackers up in space. Well, I think possibly the Fantastic Four went and picked up Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, and maybe him and Mary Jane had a kid, and then Doctor Doom grabbed that kid. I think possible that maybe Captain America's there's a little teaser trailer that showed before these other teaser trailers for the whole movie that showed that Captain America's come back and Thor's come back, and it's showing all these people that maybe they've had children, sort of thing. Is what I think. I think possibly that he's going around the different dimensions and grabbing all these children, which is bringing everybody together, and I think he's siphoning the power off of them to become all powerful. That's just a theory I have, but
So mine's similar, but it's only one kid, and it's
Franklin?
Yeah, it's Franklin. Yeah.
Franklin in the comic. Nick, if you don't know, Franklin's is all powerful, like the son of Sue and Reed is like all powerful. Okay, yeah, he's so okay. That's interesting.
I think I don't know Fantastic Four that well, but I believe there is also a theory out there, and it might be in the comics that. So I know for sure that Doctor Doom and Reed Richards were supposed to be. I think they were friends, but they were also competitors until Doctor Doom lost his family and when things went evil.
Yes,
but there is also in there that Doctor Doom and Sue Storm had an affair. I don't know if that part of it's true, but that's also that's out there. So maybe Franklin is not. You know what I mean? They could spin something that way too, that Franklin's is Sue Storm's kid, but not Reed Richards' kid, and that would go on the timeline because I think they had trouble having children at first, and at least in the comic books. So there's lots out there that can be done with this, and there's also with all the timelines they can basically do anything they want. There's just different timeline.
Also, Cyclops and Jean Grey also had a kid, Nathan, who becomes Cable. So also another child. Again, and what a great way to bring all the different, the 20th Century Fox people, right? So again, that's another one I'm thinking too, because again, Nathan Cable has his powers too, which is quite powerful too, right? So that's why the kids seem to be tying all the different cinematic, different genres or not genres teams into the whole mix. Sorry for interrupting, Steve. Go ahead.
No. I was going to say, it was at the end of the Fantastic Four movie. Nick, didn't they have Doctor Doom show up then?
Yep. Yeah.
With their kids. So maybe that is the theory. Maybe this is gonna be.
I was actually going to. Yeah. Oh, sorry, Steve. Keep going.
No. Sorry, I was passing it to you.
Okay, I was gonna actually say I think what Jeremy said, I think actually makes a lot of sense now in context of the second trailer too, with it starting with Sue sort of giving that little monologue about Victor, and it sort of zooms in on that close up, and she's crying, and there's a tear and everything. Obviously, don't know if it's at that sort of lined up at that part and stuff, but they're obviously giving a little why wasn't that potentially Reed doing that sort of monologue as well, coming from his rival sort of perspective, but they chose to place it as Sue. So I think there definitely maybe is some smoke to that. That is a really cool theory I wasn't really thinking about.
Yeah, neither was I.
But I think there's something there amongst all of what we're saying, and that'll be the glory of watching the movie, right?
Exactly.
Which one of us is hit closest or furthest away, and that'll be exciting to find out.
Like one thing I was really disappointed in the Spider-Man trailers when they showed the Hulk. I've been so how awesome would that, I guess I missed last week, but how awesome would it have been if you didn't know the Hulk was in Brand New Day? It just appeared. It would have been so cool, right? But right now so far, showing Captain America, I have no problem seeing Captain America. They've already kind of teased that before. But again, really, we just don't know. Is Tobey Maguire in it? Because there's rumors he's going to be in it, sort of thing, right? It's just going to be quite interesting to see what's going to be on display.
I think they're disguising a lot in this movie with all the rumors.
Could be
they've gone the other way. I think the I think the propaganda of this movie is at a level that, like, Marvel's generally been very good at keeping things secret, right? They haven't told a lot about their movies, but I think they're going the other way. I think they're throwing so much at us of the possibilities that could come out of this, and fans are just eating it up.
It could be just all red herrings. Yeah, just
Yeah.
fooling everybody. Just, well, they do it all the time. The trailers, right? I remember when Infinity War came out, there's one shot they're all running, and that never happened in the movie, right? There's a Spider-Man No Way Home at the end where they just show Spider-Man against all the villains, and they didn't show the other three. Like, they're really good at doing some misdirection stuff. So why not? Right? And that's part of the fun too, to create a buzz and a hype, right? They just releasing things and is that real? Is that in the movie? Is it not? Like, what a great marketing strategy. Everybody's talking about it, right?
Oh yeah, 100%. People, like, there seems to be a lot more buzz from, like, even just the communities and my friends who aren't usually like Marvel fans or stuff are talking it again. Like they were back, with Civil War and everything. Like, they're actually talking about the Marvel movies again. I'm really excited about it, doing their own fan theories and stuff, right? So yeah, no, it's obviously evident that it's working.
I think they've got people going back. Like, what a smart thing to do about giving the list. These are the movies you're going to want to watch before you watch this movie.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Like,
because some people want to catch up, right? So they're going to.
Well, and I've even thought of, like, myself. Like, I've seen most of this stuff, other than some of the stuff that maybe is on Disney Plus that some of the, like, series shows. Like, I haven't watched WandaVision and stuff like that.
Well, we haven't watched WandaVision.
Yeah,
it's the best one. It's so good.
I just kind of missed it. Maybe I should go back and watch it. But I'm thinking about going back and watching some of this stuff to say in this lens, right? Like, watching it to, okay, what could they take out of this stuff to lead us to Doom?
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. And I find it, I never found Dr. Doom to be an incredibly interesting villain as I read comics.
I'm with you.
Because he wasn't super powerful, right? And he was with the Fantastic Four guys, and they were okay. I liked Thing. But they weren't kind of my jam. So I read them, but peripherally. But the way they're bringing him into this movie is like, he's a real villain. Like, he could be stronger than Thanos. So I think there's a storyline there with how powerful he gets, in the Secret Wars series, which I definitely was a fan of. I'm trying to collect them all. So I think there's something there. And, some of the streams that they're bringing through and tying it in even to the Iron Man stuff, and saying that Robert Downey Jr. is actually Dr. Doom, and that Iron Man or Tony Stark is Dr. Doom. That's another theory that's out there, is that they actually somehow, he converts in another timeline to being Dr. Doom.
Yeah.
Instead of Iron Man.
Yeah.
We were actually talking about this in our day jobs today, Jer. Remember, we were getting lunch and we were, like, throwing out all these different theories. I mean, there's so many, like you would know, there's so many different theories or stories from the comics. And which one are they going to grab to bring? Because that's the whole question. Why does he look like Tony Stark? Obviously, everyone's going to say multiverse or something like that, but it's got to be a little more specific. It can't be as plain as that, right? Like,
a little bit more sophisticated. I think it's just too easy to say, "Oh, it's a multiverse. It's a different universe." I mean, they can if they want, but I don't know that people are going to buy it or going to like it.
They can't do that. If they do that, they just know they're going to do disservice for the family. It can't be convenient. It has to be a good storyline, or else it's just not going to work. All the work they're trying to do, what they've done with Spider-Man, is they're just going to throw in the garbage because everybody's just waiting to hate it, right? They are. When you get popular, everybody's just waiting to hate it.
Well, I mean, like I said, I think, like, Marvel hasn't had, like, not including, like, Spider-Man, I think is a little different, but Marvel hasn't had a giant win in a very long time, not since Endgame. So you have people, and you know what? Nerds are fickle, right? Like, if you look at this, you have all these different groups here, and everyone's going to say, well, I didn't picture this like that, and I didn't picture this like this, blah, blah, blah. So what you're doing is you're throwing in, they're basically taking every single character and they're throwing in this movie, and they're going to do some big thing, right? It's not going to make fans happy because I bet you most of these heroes, like a lot of them, are going to be killed, right? Because that's the whole thing. Like one of the things I heard is they're going to do that story. I'm not sure, but the Battle Planet thing, is that what it's called?
Well, it was the battle. I think it was called Battle World or something like that. Like,
Battle World.
Maybe it didn't have a name. Even I can't remember what it had in the comic book sort of thing because it's been a while since I read Secret Wars.
Right.
But yeah,
Doctor Doom sections off different places and different groups rule them, and
because the whole goal of this is to do a big reset, as in to get it going again, and a big push on this. I think we were talking about this at work today. Was the whole X-Men push too, right? So that's why you have Spider-Man, Jean Grey. You had that connection with Yelena, bringing it in because they want to start resetting. And what they should have did is they should have recast like everybody, like not now, but to recast Captain America or Steve Rogers, Thor, all these people is what they should have been looking at. But this is, I think, is going to set them on a new path, whether they're making a giant profit or not. I think it's all that Feige can do in Marvel right now to just throw money at it, fix it, and then get all their new stories. I mean, they have X-Men now, so.
Well, so I think it's leading up to Secret Wars,
which it is,
and that's really Secret Wars was basically like the groups there were Fantastic Four, X-Men, in the Avengers. That's the groups that were in Secret War. Add Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But loosely, given the way the movies have gone, Spider-Man's kind of loose adventure.
Yes, he is, yeah. Well, even in the comic book, he was always kind of like a reserved sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Little cookie.
Yeah. Little cookie, yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah.
I thought potato. Isn't Little Potato?
Oh, little potato. Little potato.
Right?
Little potato. Yeah, little potato.
Little potato.
Yeah, little potato. Sorry, yeah, I got. That's what I was thinking of, but it's.
I'm stoked. Like just the fact that, like, what a great opportunity to bring in the 20th Century Fox universe. I know Deadpool and Wolverine did a little bit of that sort of stuff, right? But now you're bringing the X-Men in. You like Spider-Man Brand New Days. A good little ignition for it, sort of thing. Obviously, you're talking about people dying. Well, probably the original X-Men are all going to be wiped out, I'm guessing, because they have a whole new crew and cast. They're going to be starting over from the beginning, right? So I can imagine them being cannon fodder easily, right?
Well, I can't see Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart doing it for another 10 years even. And, I love Gandalf, like all that kind of stuff. But, I mean, come on, they can't do it. And the cast looks good, though. Like the new X-Men. Yeah. I forgot to pull up a picture. I meant to get a picture of that. And they're looking good. So,
are they gonna get a new Wolverine? I was watching somebody else talk, a different podcast, talking about getting like they didn't cast a Wolverine. Because it'd be hard to,
I think he gets a couple cameos at best.
Yeah.
You
don't recast him, right? Like, you just, you have to wait a few.
Well, you have to. He's.
No, I just think like before they bring. I think it'd be a good idea not to have a Wolverine character in the new X-Men movies for a bit.
For sure.
You have to let the other one get cold first. Like,
I do love that there is a little bit more of that connection to the Deadpool Wolverine sort of series and stuff too, though, with and pulling a little bit of the listening to how much fanfare there was for a certain character, specifically with a Louisiana accent, let's say, who made a name for himself finally. That fans have been asking for a long time. So it's really cool to see seeing this portrayal of Gambit like going to be there and everything. And I think that's something to be super pumped about too.
And Gambit being done right.
Yes.
Because what they did in X-Men Origins was terrible.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
Movie.
More ways than one. and what better way than to get Magic Mike in there?
I had forgotten about
that. Hey, it was good.
That version.
From what I heard.
Now.
Yeah.
From what I heard,
Yeah, Yeah, I'd be interested to see more of Gambit. Really, because I think that's a character that they could spin that off into its own show too, right? Because that's actually a character that's really interesting. That unless you're kind of a comic book person, you may not know that story as much, right? Like they could bring in a new audience with that. I think there's some draw to a wider audience with that character because he's kind of got the love stories that go on with him. The checkered past, people chase him down. Like I think there's more to it. But him and Rogue were, love interests at one time. So there's that side of it. Like I think that could be like another spin-off series is there if they want it.
Well, then they should, this X-Men, they should really stray away from what they've already done, right? Like get into.
Yeah. I would hopefully don't repeat the same stories. Like please avoid doing a dark Phoenix right away. Like,
I gotta be honest with you guys. I don't see why bring Magneto back. He's been done. Magneto. Sorry,
Magneto.
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 He's been done so much his name's wrong.
Yeah, he's just no, but I'm just saying, like they've done that so much, and there's so many other evil characters in X-Men. Like they're bringing in Mr. Sinister to this apparently. And he's been a major villain in the X-Men comics over time. He could do things. There's tons of other ones.
I know it's so funny. I know who Mr. Sinister is. I have no idea what makes him so bad. I have no idea what his power is. I have no idea. He's one of those characters I just don't know for some reason. I have read comic books, but I just don't know why he's so.
So he's generally like a mastermind that sets up other things. So he would generally kind of work with a group of bad guys to do something sinister. Okay. Is my take on him. But like he always like cloned other mutants and would steal their powers, or like that would generally be the flavor of what he would be trying to accomplish. But like there's tons of other stuff, like even just the Sentinels.
Mm-hmm.
Like we've done the Sentinels before too, though. Days of Future Past. Like it'd be nice to try to do something different. But again, I don't know if the X-Men have that big of like they've done Apocalypse, right? They haven't done Mr. Sinister, but again, I think very little people know about Mr. Sinister, what he does, right? Like I don't. I'm a big comic book guy, and I just don't know much about him, sort of thing.
How much pull does the X-Men have still in today's younger sort of fan mind, in like your guys' sort of perspective? I would ask.
They're still, according to Rob Liefeld, they're still pretty huge.
Yeah.
Right. Like, there's a big following of them still. Again, they're not. It's not Spider-Man, but next to Spider-Man, the X-Men books are probably the top-selling ones.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to figure out sort of why they would be doing the Sentinel story again for the same sort of reason that you said, Todd. Like they have sort of retread this, but that's maybe what I'm wondering. Like, is there enough content that there would be enough fans of them that would be like, oh yeah, no, I recognize this as their story and I'm excited to see them portray it. And is that maybe a sign of their like lack of confidence a little bit maybe in that too, and like, okay, we got to go back, we got to do the Sentinels again. It's an iconic image, we've only done it once, people love that sort of specific aspect, even though the movie it's less to say. And I don't know, I'm curious to get your guys' thoughts on that a little bit, because I think it is a curious question.
Jeremy and I were having, I think, a talk. Was it on last week or was it offline? And I kind of said, like, when you think of the X-Men and the most popular X-Men, who do you think of? It's Wolverine.
Well, Wolverine for sure is always he's one of the most popular.
So if you don't have Wolverine in it, like really in the other movies, everyone was excited to see Hugh Jackman come in and do his thing. And are these other characters going to be able to get the same pull, no matter how well that they're cast or they
Oh.
do? It's Wolverine, like, and this is someone who really didn't read the X-Men comics, but I know who Wolverine is.
Well, that's
even
one of the
before.
reasons why I wonder, like, why I think that Wolverine's not going to play that much role in Doctor
Yeah.
Doom.
Right.
Right? They're going to try to highlight some of these other
Yes.
characters and see who people like, and that's who will take off. And that's why I think like maybe Gambit gets some more. I
Screen time.
really like the young lady that they cast from Spider-Man to be.
Sadie Sink, right?
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
she was
Stranger
really,
Things. Yeah, she was really good in Stranger Things too.
She was really good in that role. It's the first time I had really seen her. I haven't seen Stranger Things.
She's really good in
I've
that,
actually,
too.
I kind of avoided it.
Wow, Jeremy.
So
He's on a nerd podcast and didn't see Stranger Things. Come on.
I'm muting him. Hang on a second. Okay.
But I mean,
Hey, wait, before we go on, if you think Jeremy's a jerk for not watching Stranger Things, call him a jerk in the comments. Okay, go on.
I've
Sorry.
never seen chat fly so fast.
And that's
but,
just for me, but go on.
But there's lots of other things that can be done. Like they really haven't done like for the X-Men specifically, they haven't done Lady Deathstrike, and the Reavers, which was a major kind of undertaking. And then there's another
This is like going
guy.
to Nick's comment though. Like, is there going to be enough? Right? Like right now, it just sounds like a lot of experimentation to see what works.
Well, and that I think Nick's totally right. Right? Which characters do they like, and then they do a spin-off of that. And it could be the same with the Fantastic Four, and it could be the same with the Avengers. Do we keep going with the Thunderbolt Avengers, or do we do, we spin back and get the old Avengers back in?
Yeah,
the new Avengers.
Okay, the new
Avengers.
New Avengers.
At the end. So actually, I asked Dr. Google here to find out. Give me a list of the top X-Men villains. Of course, number 1 is Magneto. 2, Apocalypse. 3, Mr. Sinister. He's a cruel 19th century scientist transformed into a timeless genetic madman obsessed with mutant DNA and the Summers bloodline. So that's Mr. Again, it doesn't really say much about him, but then that, and of course, 4 was Sentinels, 5 is Mystique, and the 6 is Sabretooth. So
they didn't bring in Shadow King.
Dr. Google didn't bring in those. No, didn't bring the Shadow King in. Didn't bring in.
Shadow King is a major one against Storm.
Yeah.
So and has faced off against Professor X.
Mojo.
So,
I'd love to see Mojo. Mojo. You guys know who Mojo is from Mojo World? No.
That sounds familiar, but like I said, I didn't read them. But
Mojo's
Adam Driver's going to be a good actor for that.
Yeah. Mojo's basically a character from that's where Longshot's from, and for Shatterstar's from Mojo World. Basically, it's a big television world. He's a big fat guy with no spine and a big chair with all spider legs, and he's crazy and he's very horrifying looking. I think that would be
okay. I would love to see Longshot, and I just picked up the original series. And and I remember Alex from back home, Todd. Another one of those things where he's like, "Have you heard of Longshot?" And I'm like, "No." So he goes, "Here's all the comics," and then he played Super Mario. Well, I read all the comics, and he goes, "Well, what'd you think and stuff?" Because he had them all. So that's
Longshot was
very
huge
cool
when he came out. When he came out, he was huge, like almost Wolverine status for a while. Like he was very, very popular.
It was the mullet.
The mullet.
It was the mullet. You know what we're talking about?
You were able to connect with him. I'm looking him up here. No, I didn't know Mojo off the top of my head from Mojo World. So then I looked it up, and Longshot was right there.
Yeah, and Shatterstar, I love that character too.
Yeah,
I thought he was fantastic.
Yeah, so like those are all different things. Like that's another possibility too. Maybe not for the first one, but again, you want to bring something like Longshot. You like Mojo World is kind of a neat little premise sort of thing. I always like seeing Mojo come in. I find him very creepy looking, and just I think that'd be a lot of fun. Might be scary for kids, but yeah.
Longshot would be a good mini series, right, on streaming.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? because it's so weird. I just like the weird, bizarre. This is why I kind of liked the Green Lantern stuff. Like I got into Green Lantern for a long time because I liked the whole cosmic space, and it was so different and weird. But yeah, that would be very cool. Now, do you guys? Here's my question: do you think that Doomsday is going to be like an event, like Spider-Man? Because like Jeremy and I went, I went with my daughters. We went and saw it on opening night, and like everyone but me had like the Spider-Man shirts on. I wore a Batman one.
Of course.
And stuff. It was really funny, right? And some of these older nerds like me were like pointing, like, "Oh, he's wearing a Batman shirt." My daughter thought I was a dork, but it was an event. If you see all the videos, like tons of people and normies were dressing up as like Spider-Man showing up. Actually, we had a Spider-Man guy, like a like the Party City costume that
really?
showed up. They made him take the mask off because you can't, I guess, wear masks.
Yeah.
But I ran over to him and said, "Put it back on," and I got a selfie with him. But do you think that Doomsday is going to be an event like that?
I think that you bring back a lot of the original cast, like from the other Avengers movies. Like I think, yeah, I don't see how it can't be. You're bringing everybody in together. They did it with Infinity War. How are they going to bring all these characters in and make it work? They did it. Now again, how are they going to bring more of these characters in and make it work? I think there'd be a lot of anticipation. Like we talked about it before, there's a bit of a buzz. People are talking about it again. I think it's going to be, if everybody's going to dress up in different suits and outfits, maybe. Like me and my kids, we all wore Spider-Man shirts to go see Spider-Man. We're wearing it proudly, right? Nerds, yeah. Right. This, I'm sure someone will show up with a shield. Somebody will show up with a Thor hammer. I'm sure that's going to happen.
I'm going to dress up as Fat Thor, and I got most of the costume right here. I actually dressed up as I like to say, the most handsome Thor last Halloween. I already had, like pajama pants. I had the robe. I bought the wig from Spirit Halloween. They called it the Thunder God wig because they can't say Thor. I had the sunglasses and I have the hammer back here.
Oh, I remember you showing pictures of you, the house coat on. You looked great.
I looked just like it. And I was handing out candy. Finally, there was this group of girls. They were like 12 and giving candy, and this one girl goes, "Are you supposed to be Thor?" Finally, someone said it. I'm like, "Well, of course I am." The Thor my daughter hates, right? So he's the best one. But I could do that, but I'll just show up for that with a DC hero shirt, just to make all the people angry at me again.
You need like a DC greater sign and T-shirt. That
or
would really,
yes.
I'll show up and people say, "You're really, really, really old Magneto, right?" And I say, "Yeah."
Call him Magneto.
Magneto.
Really old Magneto.
Magneto. How could you phonetically put that on a T-shirt? That'd be so funny. Yeah, no, I
make one mistake.
You got to clip that for social media, Steve.
Magneto. That's so funny. Magneto.
The guy grading his comics.
About this Magneto guy.
He's a new villain.
The new villain.
Yeah, it's the reintroduction. Yeah, the reset.
I never read the Secret Wars stuff. And we were talking about this, I think, last week with the Spider-Man, with the black costume and all this kind of stuff. And that's the one thing, is Spider-Man, are they keeping that a giant secret? Is Tom Holland going to be in this? I know Tobey Maguire, right? That's the whole...
Well, there's a rumor is that Tobey Maguire's in it. That's why I think, again, the whole thing, a brand new day, the little spider tracker going to space, I think he's on the Fantastic Four ship.
Yes, definitely. I liked the black costume. I know it was controversial. Hang on a sec.
Where do you get that from? What is that?
So this is the later version of Secret Wars that I was talking about.
Oh, the one that was released like...
Yep.
Okay.
In actually, it'll probably say on this. December 8th.
The year, you have to go inside to see the year.
Yeah.
Make sure you don't have the sticker touch it.
Oh. Yes. It goes to mint OK in 2 seconds.
I always pull that out just what he did, like a magician. I'm like, boom, I pull it as
Oh,
fast as
no,
I
this
can.
is this one's a facsimile.
It's a reprint.
Lame.
2024.
Burn it. No one cares.
So this might actually be a facsimile of the original black suit,
Okay, so there's
but
So
there
the
is
cover-
a later version.
yeah, it looks like
Yeah, this is a
a reprint.
facsimile,
Yeah, it's a reprint.
of
Yeah,
of this color of this cover.
he disappeared.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to get it.
There you
Jeremy's on fire.
Yeah, you're covering your face. Yeah, pull it down. No,
Stop
pull it down.
burning
You're
the
covering your
comic.
face.
There we go.
Nice.
Jeremy, I was watching Whatnot one time a while ago. It's this auction place with it's mostly just it's comics and cards, but I was watching one of these and they pulled that out. It was graded. Someone bought it for $800.
Yeah,
That's wild, man.
that's why I have the facsimile.
In fact, yeah, I know. I'm like, if I dropped $800, I would be living
Yeah, because
outside.
it's the first Spider-Man black suit, right? Because
Yeah.
in Secret Wars, at some point, Spider-Man's suit gets destroyed, and then they come up with he gets the symbiote.
It's to be like edgy, right? Like all the other 90s heroes, right? Punisher, and everyone gets edgy.
You know what? Like, you guys want to know how much I paid for my Secret Wars collection?
Oh,
I think $80. I bought it way when it first came out, right? So
when it first came out.
when it first came out, so I think I spent $80 on all of them, right?
Yeah.
Like back in the
Not so old.
80s.
The comics were 25 cents. Oh, I'm sorry.
You're older
I
than
shouldn't
me.
say that. I know. I know.
It doesn't look like it, but for some reason,
As soon as I said it, I'm like, damn, he's gonna. I'm the same age.
same age. I know it doesn't look like it for some reason.
We used to get comics from the same corner store across the
Same
road
corner
from
store
us.
across the road. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's so funny.
BJ's.
BJ's. Yeah. And it was just a corner store.
Yeah, so I didn't buy them when they originally got released. I bought them up probably 7 years after they originally got released.
Wow. And
Yeah.
that's how much you
That's
paid
a good.
then, okay.
That's a good take because there's
Yeah.
a few in here that are on my wish list, but they're
And you still have that? Do you have that Spider-Man that
Yeah.
cover?
Yeah,
No.
I unfortunately I thought of it like 2 minutes before we went live. Went, I should go grab the Secret Wars and bring them down. But yeah,
So is it gradable? You could like, oh my god,
I could
that
grade
thing is
it
worth
if I
so
wanted
much
to. Yeah,
money.
but I haven't graded it. But if I did grade it, I keep my comic books in really good condition. So I don't know what grade it would get. I'd be surprised if it was under an 8. But I haven't looked
Really?
at it. Haven't looked at it in quite some time. So I think the last time I read it was probably 15 years ago. Yeah, probably.
Wow.
But
Wow.
that might be one to get graded.
That's
one.
that is a big one. When I was watching that, people were going bananas, and I don't even think it was an 8
Really?
when that sold on Whatnot. It was bananas. Like I was like, I put my phone down just so I didn't accidentally touch it and like bid on it. I was just like, wow, this is mental.
Yeah, my friend collects graded comic books and he looks for key stuff, and I'm pretty sure he's looking for that one. I keep saying, well, I have it. But he's like, oh no, I can't take it from you. So I keep offering stuff. Like he's like looking for Spider-Man 300. Well, I have it. Oh, I won't take it for you. I'm looking for New Mutants 98. Oh, here I've had no. But
So the
Wow.
original Secret Wars came out in
I'm gonna say 84.
84, 85,
Wow, you are old. Wow.
and their second one is 2015.
Wow.
So sorry, there's another Secret Wars that came out.
Yeah, Secret Wars. Yeah, it came. I don't think it did very well when it came out. I contemplated about getting it when it first came out, but then it really tied in with every, like, you had to buy so many, like when the original Secret Wars came out, it didn't tie it in with the regular releases, right? When Secret Wars 2 came out, you had to collect all the individual comic books to help get the whole story, right? So when people do that, I'm out. I don't want to buy a whole bunch of different comic books to tell the story, right?
But the
Oh, yeah, I
the
hate that.
second Secret Wars has the colliding realities. So the different multiverses colliding.
Mhm.
And there's a lot out there right now that's suggesting that in Doom, it's going to be the start of those
Of that.
realities colliding, and that's how they're going to bring everything back together into the kind of a few multiverses, right? The main ones.
Makes sense. Yeah. They're probably,
So-
instead of fighting against villains, they're probably going to fight against each other, I'm guessing.
Each other. Definitely. So they're going to be able to have put the Avengers against the X-Men. So we're going to see that for sure. Like it's like what they do, right? In the early days, you would like the heroes would meet, and usually it was Wolverine that was sassy with them, and they would have a little bit of a scuffle just so you could see them do their thing. But it was always Wolverine was the jerk, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, just
At least
in
in
the
the
secret,
movies.
I don't know if you guys know that. I'm sure you know there. But in the original Secret Wars, there was a time where Spider-Man was kind of spying on the X-Men. They tried stopping him, and Spider-Man just beat the crap out of him.
Of course he did.
It wasn't even close. Like all of them, they just couldn't get him right. Like he's just like, yeah, it was pretty funny.
I
One
was
of my favorite
explaining
parts.
that because my oldest is a big fan of Spider-Man. Sorry, let me rephrase that. She loves Tom Holland, so she in turn loves Spider-Man.
Like Spider-Man.
So I explain things to her, like especially the way they show him in the movie. Like this movie, they did so well with the CGI of him, how flexible and weird and stuff that he moves. But I would always say he's way stronger than this. And he's like, you know how they have him kind of struggling? I'm like, he could probably punch a dump truck into a ball. You know what I mean? He's just so strong. And actually, I saw one video, they were saying that they believe that out of all the Marvel superheroes, I think they're stronger, that he would be the kind of that dark horse, that secret that could go against a lot of DC superheroes because he's so strong and fast. And I think because he's Peter Parker and he's jokey, he's still super, super killer strong.
Yeah. And when he's fighting other villains, he's holding back all the time, right? Like one thing about Brand New Day really showed when he went after the Scorpion, like when he wasn't holding back at all, right? Like he beat the snot of him, right?
Yeah, it got really bad.
And Scorpion, one of the best villains of all. I love the Scorpion. I in the comic books, love him.
This rendition of the Scorpion was really good too. It was a
Yeah.
different take, but it was a very cool take.
Yeah, and I love the actor. I don't know his actor's name, but I love how this
I've seen
overall
that
look.
guy.
Yeah, he
His
was in
face.
another movie. I just watched a movie recently that he was in too. 40, 20, 70, 70, 70, 74 hours, 70, 40. Yeah, it's a Kevin Hart movie. He's a bad guy in that. He did a really good job with it.
Mm-hmm.
72 hours. That was called. Anyway, yeah. But yeah, no, I'm a big fan of Scorpion. So seeing him in a live action movie was quite cool.
It's like, what do you think, Nick? You think what's going to be the big thing in this movie, right? Is it a big reset? Lots of people die, lots of people fighting.
I think there's definitely going to be a big reset. I think there's definitely going to be like they've been doing so much stuff and laying so many little crumbs with all the multiverse things and hinting at all of like the chaos and destruction and stuff that happens when incursions come together. It seems like the perfect opportunity to be able to sort of like really showcase that. So I think that's definitely going to happen. I have no idea how many people are going to die, especially because they're trying to establish a lot of these characters for like moving forward with like some real new fan interest. So I'm actually quite curious to see, like, I know the stakes will probably be pretty well done because the Russo brothers have a pretty good track record of making like pretty good stakes in their movies and layering it well. But I'm interested to see how real those stakes are at the very end when everything shakes out. I think more what is going to be really cool from this will be, I think there's going to be so many people talking about different Easter eggs and little things like that people missed or noticed and stuff, like even just like what we're doing with the trailers and stuff, but they're going to be doing that with the entire movie, and that's going to generate, I think, a lot of that that continued sort of engine and like gas for Marvel to continue to sort of ride. I don't know. I'm curious to see, and also just sort of what the hell Robert Downey Jr. does. Very interested to see what that is. That's obviously their sort of trump card, I think, too. So Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. I'm curious to see if he's going to come back just to like die again very quickly, but we will see.
I think
Okay.
Nick deserves to get 10 extra points for using incursion. I like how he used incursion there. That was good.
Thank you, appreciate that.
So
Whatever,
have you guys
word nerd.
heard about the theory about the Avengers logos?
Avengers logos.
I haven't
The
known
Avengers
that.
logos in all the
No.
movies. There's somewhere if you look at the logo, the A, there's a circle around it. Some movies the circle is completed. Some of the movies the circle's not completed behind the A, and that every time the A is not completed, the Avengers lose.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So you look at I just pulled up right now, and it's there. Like so, basically, it's for Doomsday, it's completed, but for Infinity War, it's not completed. There's a little circle behind the A. And also, they all kind of have come on the colors of the Infinity Stones too.
Let's see here.
Oh yeah, just the 3/4. Yeah.
Yeah. So you look at if you look at the Avengers logos, I don't know if you can bring it up, Steve, or not.
I don't. Yeah, I don't have it.
Okay.
I meant to have the poster here. No, I don't.
That's okay. It's something people online can look
That's
up the
interesting.
Avengers logos and pop it up, and you'll see that the behind the A there's a circle, but the ones they lose or they have lost, the circle's not complete. So just an
Isn't
interesting
that
little theory that people have that but it was interesting that Doomsday is completed, but Secret Wars it's not completed. So just throwing a little fire into the mix
Yeah.
here.
I like that.
That is interesting. Yeah.
Isn't it? And then, and all the logos seem to be like different colors of the Infinity Stones too.
Here's the thing, everyone. I've heard people joke about this. Captain America, because that's what he wears through the entire movie. He doesn't really. They call him Captain Shirt Pants. Because he doesn't have the shield. He doesn't have the costume. He doesn't. This is it. This is what he does, and I just think it's kind of funny. But I guess he's still worthy.
He's still worthy.
He's still worthy. So I find it funny. Now, yeah, I'm pretty sure that Spider-Man could probably hold that too, right? If he's in this movie,
I don't think Spider-Man could hold it.
You don't think so? You don't think Spider-Man's worthy? Peter?
Well, I
Peter
think
Parker?
he is, but I don't think they'll make it. Everybody
Yeah,
can
yeah.
hold it. Vision can, but I don't know if it'd be kind of cool if Spider-Man could, but I don't.
That's so
I think
funny.
that's part of it though, right? Like so few people can hold it.
Yeah. And Spider-Man's got too much internal turmoil going on, I think, too. Like where Captain America, Steve Rogers is pretty sound in his decision making, and he buys into it all. Where Peter's always second guessing everything he does, so that's why I think he probably can't.
So that's
because he's a dork.
He's a nerd,
know.
just like us.
He's a,
Maybe the Tom Holland Spider-Man could do it. The Andrew Garfield Spider-Man definitely could not hold the hammer.
Man. I hated that one. I'm like, why does he have cool hair and he's skateboarding? What is this? I did not like the Peter Parker.
Yes, this Peter Parker is definitely a better portrayal. So yeah, maybe the Tom Holland one could do it. Maybe.
I was
so
I was
funny.
hopeful that they were going to do Kraven the Hunter going after Spider-Man.
Oh, and
After
Brandon
the-
Day.
Oh,
No, just that like as a standalone movie.
Oh, I see.
Hmm.
That I think it's called The Death of Spider-Man in the
Yeah.
comic books.
Yeah.
And Kraven the Hunter literally hunts him.
It'd be a
And I-
fantastic storyline for sure.
Like that's a standalone Spider-Man movie, no problem, right?
You don't have
I
to bring
couldn't
anybody
go
else in.
through Spider-Man getting killed or attempted killed, because when Thanos killed him or snapped him away, my oldest was like sick and sad for 2 years. What was the next one that came out? Brought everyone back. So I would always see like a Thanos toy or like the gloves, and I'd be like, oh, look, and I pointed to her and she'd like get frowny and everything, and then I would send her clips of him going, Mr. Stark or whatever, when he's fading away.
It feels so good.
I was laughing my ass off, and she gets so mad.
I don't want to go.
So she hates Thanos. I thought Thanos in the movie was very cool. I
Thanos
thought
was amazing.
he was awesome, and I like the fact that they changed the story from him trying to impress
Lady Death.
a girl, you know, and instead it was like he had this really warped theory.
Well, it just wouldn't work. Trying to impress Lady Death wouldn't work for that storyline, right? Plus, in the
Yeah,
comic book,
for sure.
he was dead, right? So that's how he came back. He came back with the help of Mephisto and stuff like that, and Lady Death. So yeah, so he was trying to impress her because he loved her so much. Worked for the comic books, but it wouldn't work for cinematic screen.
Yeah, and it just made. Of course, I like in the Spider-Man movie, they went in Banner's class. You know, the students were asking him questions like, why didn't Thanos just make enough food for the whole universe instead of getting rid of half the universe? Like all the things that fans and
said,
dorks like us were like, why not this? Why not this? Doesn't make sense. Well, it's a comic book, first of all. So
I thought that was so good that they did that. That was so good.
I know. I know that Thanos was the bad guy, but he was just cool. Like the whole character was really cool to me. I thought it was well done, and the actor was good, and all this.
Well, he
stuff.
thought the thing is, he thought he was doing good. He thought he was doing the right thing.
Yes,
like that's like he thought he was doing the right thing. You know, other bad people thought they're doing the right thing too, and it wasn't. But you know, he thought he was doing the right thing.
Yeah, people loved him, especially like a lot of people, because he was like a tragic villain. And like he was in a large way. Like I think a lot of people like could see instances like, well, he wouldn't be a villain if we just like, if you know, slightly things were different, or even if like you could see potentially something his way. So that's why I think he works so well. And then yeah, Josh Brolin's portrayal is just made it so good. Like it just added so much gravity to like every single thing that he did. And some of the lines like maybe said by another actor, maybe a little bit cheesy or something, but no, the portrayal's amazing. Really, really good.
Yeah, I thought it was good. But this movie, I mean, it's going to be an event. Do you think it's going to be as big an event as Spider-Man? Do you think it'll beat Spider-Man in the box office?
No.
You're gonna say no?
I'm gonna say no.
I'm gonna say yes. I think if Spider-Man just beat Endgame, right? So I was surprised if it didn't. I know it doesn't make much sense. I think coming hot off of Spider-Man, and there's no other film, right, until Doomsday, I think people are gonna be craving another win.
Yeah, there's something about Spider-Man. I don't know what it is, even with normies, like, and you know, maybe it has something to do with Tom Holland's Spider-Man that is doing it. Like my daughter, who I couldn't hold her down and do the Clockwork Orange thing with her to make her read a comic book, but Tom Holland's in a movie of Spider-Man, she's there, right? I think there's a lot of that. I don't think it's going to beat Spider-Man. But I think it's going to be an event, like, you know, people are going to dress up and do all that kind of stuff, and Thor's hammer is in the theater and all that. But I think Spider-Man's going to win.
I think so too, and I think that's partially, not only I think is that partially because of Tom Holland's portrayal having so much of an effect on just people who otherwise might not really super care about Marvel. Like they might go, but like Spider-Man they were actually excited for because it's Spider-Man. But it also has so much, like it's had Spider-Man specifically, it's had so many wins and so many eyes on it and so much generated interest, not just from Tom Holland's portrayal, but also from the Spider-Verse and the games that have come out and everything. Like it's touched a number of different areas at the right time, I feel like, that made this last movie just so big for so many people. And I don't know if that all is going to come together in the same way for Doomsday.
So
good point.
My honest feeling for Doomsday is that it'll do similar kind of money as Spider-Man. I think they'll be around the same, give or take a little bit, okay, on either side. So that's my Switzerland take on the
split the middle.
We'll hit the middle.
Two no's, a yes, and a in the middle.
In the middle. But I really feel that it's going to be a setup movie for the next big wow.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, for sure.
Just like Infinity War. Infinity War teed up Endgame perfectly.
Mhm.
You
That's
couldn't.
right.
Mhm.
It could not be structured better than that. This movie has to do the same thing, right? It has to tee up whatever Secret Wars is going to be.
That's right. And that's what I
But
feel.
they
it's gonna
but they
be.
can't
I think
peak
it's going to be an
too fast.
interesting. It's going to be an interesting enough standalone movie. It'll be a very good movie. But it's really gonna, and you're not even necessarily gonna realize that it's setting up this coming forward. You know, and like you say, we'll be going back and looking at Easter eggs and saying, "Oh my God, I can't believe that they did that. I didn't really realize it until I watched it for my 5th time." You know,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're going. I'm looking forward to seeing how they're going to tie in everything so it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you just know they're working on that, how to tie all these different characters in, and it's going. I think it's going to touch on all these different storylines to bring it in, right? I always enjoy when they do that, and especially when they do it well. It's not very convenient, like. So, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. I mean, I think when it comes to Spider-Man, I think we said this earlier too with Doomsday. There wasn't a lot of homework to go into watching Spider-Man.
Well, my
You
wife
just go
had
and
no
watch
idea.
Spider-Man.
My wife had no idea who the Punisher was. She's
Yeah,
so that's
that's fair. There is a
That's the Punisher? I said, yeah, it's the Punisher. What movie is he in? Well, he's in the Daredevil TV series and his own TV series. Oh,
Well, this was your failure, Todd. You should
Well,
be
I
telling her
assumed
these things.
I would assume she would know who the Punisher was.
Yes.
But
I just think because, with Spider-Man, except for the overarching story of like, oh, MJ and Ned forgot him because of this and stuff. But if for the normies, like a normie, like again, like my daughter saw this film, the Spider-Man movie 5 times. I saw it twice, and I'm the dork, right? So, is it are normies going to go that much to see Doomsday, right? They might go once with their like friends and who are the nerds or stuff, or just because it's like a fun
I don't know.
superhero movie and stuff.
It might depend on how many times Thor takes off his shirt.
I think
hey, I'm there.
I think anybody who watched Endgame will be watching this movie.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I can see that. I'm interested to see how well it does in the first weekend.
Yes.
And over the first couple weeks, similarly, because those will be interesting numbers to compare to Spider-Man for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Agreed. The first week will set the tone for sure. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Again, Spider-Man, it's hard because Spider-Man, I don't think there's a character that's more loved or beloved than Spider-Man. He's probably one of the most recognizable characters in the whole entire world. I know Superman's up there too, and Batman's up there too, but not like Spider-Man is.
Not like Spider-Man.
Spider-Man just for some reason resonates with everyone. I don't know why. It just like my mom knows who Spider-Man is. There's no question about it, right?
Yeah, I think I did see this take partially on that a little bit, Todd, and I'm curious maybe before the end here, just like presenting it and seeing what you guys thought to it. But like a lot of Spider-Man stories are very small and like feel very approachable because they're very sort of small potatoes, if we go back to that again. And that's, I think that's a thing. And like the fact that he's a kid from Queens and everything like that, and it's a real like and like single sort of family, like sort of parent that's like a little bit different and everything. So many people can tie into aspects of that, and it's not too unapproachable no matter what story you're sort of jumping into. That I think that's really something that comes back to Spider-Man and separates him a little bit from Superman and Batman for sure.
Because everything that Peter Parker goes through, everybody goes through. I can't get the girlfriend. I can't make the relationship work, or I like this person, they don't like me. Like I can't pay rent. I don't have a job. I don't like my aunt's sick. You know what I'm saying? Like there's all those things that everybody can relate to, right? Like I'm being bullied by a bully, right? Like there's like that's the thing about Spider-Man. He was just so well grounded. Where I say reality, but his Peter Parker character is so grounded in real world events, right? Like he's not saving the world, and he's a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, but again, Peter Parker experiences everything that we experience.
Yeah, no, very true.
I read an article. It was a review of the Spider-Man movie in the Hollywood Reporter, and basically the author of that was saying similar things. And at the very end, I think the last line was the reason why Spider-Man is so loved. It's because everyone can see themselves in Spider-Man, like everyone, and which is what was just said here. And it's true. Like Peter Parker, problem with girls, had pimples, school problems, poor, like he was, like you were saying, paying the rent and stuff. If you look at DC heroes, they're all very godlike. I mean, even Batman with no powers. I mean, he's filthy rich and he's almost perfect, right? And I always said, man, the next crossover in the movies, live action, should be Batman, Spider-Man. I wonder how much money that would drag in. Because they've done crossovers in the comics before. Could you imagine DC's most popular character and Marvel's most popular character? Come on, Hollywood. Let's
be interesting.
Maybe not. Maybe it's too much of the exploitation. But
well, there'd be a lot of lawyers involved. There'd be a lot of lawyers involved.
I just love the idea of Spider-Man trying to be a friendly neighborhood spider in the terrifying, psychotic streets of Gotham City.
And Batman in New York going, this is easy. What's going on?
Exactly. Yeah.
I just saw a cartoon and they had switched. So Batman is in New York City, or where Peter Parker is, and he runs into, I think it's like Hobgoblin, and but then he's got like 4 other villains, and Batman's like, Peter Parker fights like this like every week, like there's more than one.
Exactly.
And he's like, yep, and he kicks their ass, and he's just like, like there's like 5 of them teaming up on Peter Parker, and he's like, he does this every week.
I'm sure Peter Parker or Spider-Man would appreciate fighting the Penguin and appreciate fighting the Riddler. You know what I'm saying? Like
what?
Like you do it in his sleep, right? Like come on, like no super abilities.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. And he's smart. Like come on. Yeah,
I don't know.
Batman
I don't know what plan that Batman would have for Spider-Man. It'd be interesting, but I don't think he'd have enough plan B, plan C's. So
I'd like to see Batman take the charge from the Rhino.
Yeah. Exactly. He'd be pulverized. No kryptonite little gas is going to help you with the Rhino.
Hey, sorry. Before I know we're going long here. The fight between Hulk and Spider-Man. Would Spider-Man have been in the comics been crushed like a bug? Or is that kind of accurate? Is Spider-Man that strong where he could take a pummeling?
Yeah. He would take a pummeling for sure. Like it wouldn't, like it's happened before. He's had to fight the Hulk, and Hulk was like, even the Juggernaut was beating it was one issue. Spider-Man was trying to stop the Juggernaut. Juggernaut was like pounding the crap out of him, right? Like, and just he can take a beating, right? That's what I
love about Spider-Man, and he's joking while he's getting a beating. So
yeah, he just he does it all the time, right? And he'll just get up and try again, right? He's got a massive healing factor too, right? So sorry, I think I cut off Jeremy there, sort of thing, but
good.
I think that I believe there's a comic where Spider-Man stops holding back against the Hulk. He actually lets his power go, and he beats the Hulk. And I was trying to find that, but yeah. But he lets his power go, and
so is he like Superman? Then he just holds back. Obviously,
well, he does a lot, but he's not that strong. He's not. Yeah. He can't go pound for pound against the Hulk.
No.
But the thing is, Hulk can't Hulk. If Spider-Man's really going at it, Hulk won't touch him. Like his spider sense, right? Hulk won't be able to lay a finger on him.
He's too fast.
Yeah,
and then he gets easy, kind of in and out on him, and
yeah. All right. Well, guys, I think that's it. I'm going to let everyone go eat and get to their lives. But yeah, no, this is going to be another one. It's December the 18th, right? That we get to see this movie.
Don't
think
forget
that's when it
September
comes out.
25th. September 25th, they're releasing Endgame again.
Yes,
and
that's right.
there's word that there's going to be something extra in this release.
I might have.
And that's
Interesting.
coming out in
I
September,
believe
right?
I think it's September 25th. I believe it's 25th to 23rd. They're releasing Endgame again to see in the theater. So I'm signed up for that for sure. To see in this big screen can be
Yeah.
awesome, especially if it's IMAX. It'll be awesome.
I just saw the ads for the AMC, the popcorn buckets, and then at the end of the day, when I was about ready to leave work, I look at the AMC ad and it said sold out.
No.
They've sold out. So at the beginning of the day, it was like an Iron Man head and Tony Stark with the Infinity, like that glove popcorn bucket, gone. They're history. So if you want them, you're gonna be paying a bajillion dollars on eBay for them, but so not worth it. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to that. That I definitely want to go see.
Yeah,
See
well,
that again on
again,
the
just a
screen.
reminder for people to get caught up a little bit on for Doomsday. Go see Endgame.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, guys. Can't wait to do this next time. I don't know what we're going to talk about next week, but we'll play it by ear. Maybe we should do like a whole comic thing.
Ooh.
And you guys could teach me and Nick about comics
Yes.
because I'm not an expert. I just kind of collect the cool looking things. I'm obsessed with Batman in the last few years. So
I want to
You
see
can
whiteboards, and I want to see, I want to see
Yes.
diagrams and yeah.
Diagrams.
PowerPoint presentations, please.
It'd be fun if we talk about our favorite comic book storylines. That'd be kind of fun to do.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'd love to hear
good one.
like your favorite sort of points of different comics, or major ones that why you keep coming back to, or why your favorite ones of your collection or something like that. From somebody, maybe from a perspective of somebody who hasn't really ever gotten into comics, like how would
Right.
I maybe start to approach it, or what would be something that would be like really cool that might get me to get something.
I definitely have something to share with you then for sure.
Awesome.
And it's actually going to be on our brains because Jeremy and I are going to Fan Expo Canada in Toronto this Saturday.
Congratulations, guys.
so-
I'm a little bit envious. I won't lie.
We've signed up for the Frank Miller experience. So we get to meet Frank Miller and he'll sign one item. We get a copy of his book, all this kind of stuff. So we have our comics picked out. If I can reach it. So I think I showed you guys this.
Yeah.
Number 4 of the Dark
And that's
Knight
not a
Returns.
reprinting. You said that's original, not a
It's not.
reprint. Nice.
It's an original from my local comic store. And look,
Nice.
wait, look at this. This is the real deal here.
Oh yes, Wolverine #1.
So that
Wow.
was in a CGC graded case before we got online here. And
He
he
pulled it
cracked
out.
open 1 to 4. Because he's getting that one signed, right?
That's the one. Yeah, that's the one that's getting signed.
See, one
There's
of my
number 2.
And CGC is going to be at the Fan Expo as well. So we're just going to drop them off. And
And number 3
Very cool.
one of my biggest disappointments is I
and number 4.
didn't pick those up when they came out because I just was not a Wolverine fan. I was not an X-Men fan, and so I was just collecting Captain Kieran's Amazing Zoo Crew and Spider-Man.
yes, I remember that. Actually, I remember walking down to the corner store with Alex Parker, and he picked that up and the Punisher #1 or something. And I didn't buy any of those. I was just like, doop de doop. I forget what I bought, maybe junk food or something. And he read them on the way home. We were just walking. It was in the summer or something. It was wild. So dumb. I should have paid more attention. But I was the guy that broke 2 X-wings. So
You were. Not very many people have 2 3-winged X-wings, but you did.
I did. So, but anyways, guys. Yeah, so I can't wait to talk about our Fan Expo experience, which will tie into the comic thing, because I think I've wanted to do this with you guys for a very long time about just comics. I keep saying that. We got to talk about comics only and stuff. So
I look forward to it.
yeah. Thanks anyone that's tuning in from, there's a lot of people on Twitter watching. And we will see you next time. Thanks all.
Take care.
See ya.